Hello, today I will be presenting the Venezuela's War of Independence. Before I begin with the timeline, I'm going to go over some important people. Um, yeah. First, I will start with the revolutionary leaders. The first one is Simon Bolivar. He was a Venezuelan military and political leader who led what are currently the countries of Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Panama, and Bolivia to independence from the Spanish Empire. He was born into an aristocratic family of Spaniards. Next is Santiago Mariño. He was a Venezuelan independence leader. He led patriotic forces against Spanish rule, serving under Simón Bolívar. Later, he was elected vice president of the Gran Colombia Confederation. Third is Francisco José de Paula Santander. He was one of the military and political leaders during the Colombia's independence struggle under Bolívar. Following independence from Spain, however, he found himself increasingly at odds with Bolívar, who held the presidency. Bolívar wanted a strong authoritarian centralist state, while Santander wanted a federal system. Lastly is Manuel Piar, a Spanish merchant seaman of Canarian origin. Piar led troops fighting in the provinces of Barcelona, Caracas, and Cumana in Venezuela in 1813 as an army colonel. He successfully defended Maturin and helped liberate the eastern part of the country from Spanish forces. Next, I'll go over the Spanish leaders of the Royalists. First is Pablo Morillo. He was a Spanish general. He fought against French forces in the Peninsular War. After the restoration of the Spanish monarchy, Morillo led an expedition with the goal to restore absolutism in Spain's possession in the Americas. Next is Francisco Tomás Morales. He was a Spanish military and the last of that country to hold the post of Captain General of Venezuela, reaching the rank of Field Marshal during the Venezuelan War of Independence. All right. To begin with, in 1810, Caracas headed a successful movement to depose the Spanish governor and Captain General Vincent Emparan, and this was through the municipal council, and junta was established. This junta was the Supreme Caracas Juntas. It lasted until the First Republic of Venezuela was established. During this year, a civil war broke out between those who supported juntas and royalists of Spain. It wasn't until 1812 till the war ended in a ceasefire. One of the leaders of the juntas and rebellion was Francisco de Miranda. Francisco de Miranda was a Venezuelan military leader and revolutionary who fought in the American Revolutionary War, French Revolution, and Spanish-American Wars of Independence. He was born in Caracas into a wealthy family, and from being jailed for suspected treason in France, Miranda returned to London in 1810, where he met Simón Bolívar, who was in London attempting to get British support for the revolution that had finally begun in South America. Bolívar persuaded Miranda to return to Venezuela, where he was made general of the Revolutionary Army. When the country formally declared independence on July 5, 1811, he assured dictatorial powers. Next is Juan Domingo de Monteverde. He was a Spanish soldier, so on the royalist side. He was a governor and captain general of Venezuela from June 1812, to the 8th of August in 1813. Monteverde led the military campaign that culminated the fall of the First Republic of Venezuela in 1812. 1 year later, in 1813, Monteverde was defeated by Simón Bolívar during the Admirable Campaign. Moving on to 1811, the First Republic of Venezuela was established on July 5th, 1811, during the Declaration of Independence. They recognized themselves to still be a part of the Spanish monarchy, but had established a separate government due to the French invasion of the Iberian Peninsula. The Congress declared Venezuela's independence on July 5th, 1812. However, there would be many wars against this, leading to eventually their full independence. Next, in 1813, the Second Republic of Venezuela was created by Simón Bolívar and other republicans as a continuation of the resistance in other parts of the Spanish South America and the Caribbean. Both Bolívar and Santiago Moriño defeated Royalist troops in various battles, entering Caracas on August 6, 1813, and proclaiming the restoration of the Venezuelan Republic. So this effort was known as the Admirable Campaign, and this is where they went during that campaign. Soon after, the decree of war to the death was issued by Simón Bolívar. It permitted murder and any atrocities whatsoever to be committed against civilians born in Spain. That excluded those who actively were assisting South American independence, however. Moving on to 1814, this focuses on José Tomás Boves. He was a royalist yielding high military power. He was remembered for his use of brutality and atrocities against those who supported Venezuelan independence. The main thing about him is that in the Battle of La Puerta, he captured Valencia and Caracas, and as well his actions laid the groundwork for royalists to occupy more of Venezuela. In 1815, royalists began regaining control again. In the Battle of Urica was fought between the forces of José Tomás Boves and the Republican General-in-Chief José Félix Rivas. The royalists won, and the country of Venezuela returned to royalist control. After Bolívar and Mariño were defeated in Caracas, they fled to the east, where Manuel Piar had held Republican territory. However, Piar did not accept Bolívar's command, and that forced Bolívar to go to Haiti. In 1816, this was the capture of Cartagena and Bogota by royalist forces. Once Ferdinand VII had restored power of the throne, he sent military forces to northern South America and soon enough captured New Granada on May 6, 1816. Continuation of 1816, this was more of a stalemate between the two sides of the war. After the Spanish captured New Granada, Bolívar went to Haiti, an independent Latin American republic, to enlist more aid. Successfully, Bolívar was able to receive naval aid. After going to Haiti, Bolívar was requested by the president to end slavery, which he proclaimed on the mainland. After many failed attempts to recapture royalist territory, Bolívar and Francisco de Paula Santander, a New Granadan, joined forces. Moving on to 1819, this is the reclaiming of Venezuela. It began with several battles led by Bolívar, Santander, and British forces. Began in eastern Venezuela and spread to New Granada. The Battle of Boyaca is considered the beginning of the independence of South America. After the liberation of New Granada, the Congress at Angostura declared the union of New Granada and Venezuela as the Republic of Colombia, Gran Colombia. Lastly, in 1821, this was the Battle of Carabobo. This battle was the determining victory of the independence of Venezuela and established the Republic of Gran Colombia. The only cities that remained after this battle were of Cumana, and Puerto Cabello. Thank you.